I bought my first car at 23, and before I did, just about everyone had something to say about it. Cars are wealth killers. You're going to regret financing. Why didn't you just wait? And you know what? Some of them weren't wrong, but nobody actually walks you through what it's really like. So this is my car buying experience and everything I learned after buying it. Let's start with the thing everybody says. Cars are wealth killers. And yeah, mostly true. A car isn't an asset that grows. It loses value the second you drive it. It eats money every month, and if you're not careful, it quietly drains everything you're trying to build. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I outsmarted that. I didn't. I just decided the trade was worth it, and I'll get to why by the end. Here's the part I'm not proud of. My plan was to save up and buy my first car in cash. Clean, no loan, no interest. I failed at that completely. So I ended up doing the exact thing I told myself I wouldn't. I financed it. Now choosing the actual car, this is where all the noise comes in. Everybody's got an opinion on what you should drive. I remember people would tell me to get a Toyota or a Honda or a Suzuki, and that any of the other brands didn't make sense. My mom would tell me to buy a brand new vehicle because of warranties and maintenance and other benefits that come with a brand new vehicle. My uncle would tell me to buy directly from Japan instead of buying a vehicle in my country because of costs and other stuff. I listened to most of it and ignored most of it. I even almost went through with buying a brand new vehicle, and here's what I landed on and why. I ended up choosing a used 2016 Toyota Aqua X Urban, which I bought in my country instead of bringing it in. I chose this one because of the cost, fuel efficiency, and reliability. I was trying to buy an SUV because where I live the road isn't the best, so buying a lower car doesn't really make sense, but I ended up picking it because of the cost compared to others. I was looking at the 2016 Honda Vezels as well, but they were like $50,000 versus the Aqua, which was $33,000. Also, the monthly payment would have been a stretch for the Honda Vezel, so I ended up deciding to go with the Aqua. There was also the decision with the Suzuki Ignis and the Honda Fit, which were of a similar price. The Ignis matches everything with price, ground clearance, but I just don't like it, and that's the reason why I didn't end up picking it. But the Honda Fit just had a lower ground clearance than the Aqua, so all in all, the Aqua was my personal best choice. And this is probably the biggest thing I'd tell anyone buying their first car. Reliability beats appearance every single time. It is so easy to want the car that looks cool, the one that makes you look like you've made it. But your first car's job isn't to impress anybody. It's actually there to impress yourself. A boring car that runs beats a beautiful car in the shop every single time. I chose the boring, reliable answer, and I do it again, which is exactly why I didn't buy my dream car first. Well, my eyes are wide. My dream car is actually a Porsche 911 Turbo S. But obviously that's a reach. So my more reasonable dream car was actually the Toyota Raze because of the size. It's just a nice compact SUV which works and is reliable. But it's $90,000, which was way out of my budget. I could have gotten it brand new, get the warranty and maintenance, but I would have been suffering to pay way more interest and pay for way more years, which is just a no-go for me because I don't plan to stay in my job for much longer. And the job market in my country sucks. But thinking about it, a dream car as your first car is how you end up hating the thing you dreamed about. Not all the time, but sometimes. Because now it's attached to a payment that's crushing you. The dream car then becomes a later problem. Your first car is a foundation, also a learning experience to know how to take care of a car. At least that's how I see it. Okay, the money. Let's actually talk numbers. My car cost $33,000. I got an interest rate of 7.5%, which sounds insane, but the average interest rate in my country for used cars are actually 10% and up. So I got a great deal because I actually learned that one of my coworkers, friend or family member, I can't remember exactly what, was paying $900 per month and got an interest rate of like 12% for their car, which was a Suzuki Ignis, for around the same $33,000 mark. So people comfortably pay these large amounts. I pay about $600 per month for my car, but there's gas, which is about $180 a month. Insurance is $1,800 per year, $1,800 per year, and other maintenance stuff like oil, cleaning supplies are about $200 per month. And also, my driver's license is $100 per year. So in total, I am spending about $1,138.33 per month, which is about $13,659.96 per year on the car alone. I'm looking at this number now and thinking that's a lot of money for a car. But the next thing is that I'm paying my loan for 5 years. That's my loan term. These are the extra costs that nobody warns you about. The sticker price and the loan are not the real cost. The real cost is everything around it. Add all that up and the car costs way more than the number on the paper. If you're budgeting for a car, budget for all of that, not just the payments. One more decision people ask me about is buying locally versus shipping. I bought locally for a markup instead of shipping one in cheaper. And yeah, shipping it in looks cheap on paper, but there is risk involved, like getting scammed, obviously, the amount of time it takes to be shipped in, and the process to clearing the vehicle once it arrives. And I just didn't want to deal with all that headache, not to talk about the documentation required for the loan as well. So I chose a markup and peace of mind for my first car. So after hearing all of this, is buying a car an investment, a necessity, or a luxury? For me, honestly, it's a necessity, dressed up with a little bit of luxury, because having it and getting around, making groceries, going and hang out is now so much easier and fun. I now have the freedom to go anywhere. I could drive to the opposite of my island if I want to. I could drive and learn new roads if I want to. But also the joy of driving, I just love driving. It is not an investment. I'm not going to lie to you and call it one. But some things are worth buying even when they don't make you money. Freedom is one of them, which is super important to me, and the option to just get away from the world and chill. So, when does buying a car actually make sense? It makes sense when you need it, when you've been honest with yourself about the full cost, and when you buy for reliability instead of ego. It does not make sense when you're doing it to impress people or stretching past what you can actually carry. I bought my first car at 23. I did some of it wrong, like not saving up more, but I bought reliable, I bought honest, and I bought something I could actually live with. And I do it again. But that's it for the video. That's the car. If you're curious, I'm not trying to be some car expert or finance guru. I'm just documenting the journey, figuring out life, money, goals, all of it, and bringing whoever wants to come along with me. That's the whole purpose of this channel. Me building something in real time and you watching it happen, and hopefully building yours too, or learning something from my experiences. So if any of this hit home, if you're saving for your first car, or you already made the leap, or you've got a goal you're chasing that everyone around you thinks is dumb, tell me in the comments. Also consider subscribing. What was your first car? Or what's the thing you're working toward right now? Let's figure this stuff out together. Thanks for watching.